Today is another tea time session. So I see most of you already knew that. You got a tea and a net. Coach Isaiah and me are primarily going to be the ones teaching you today. He's a professional. I'm not, but I'm still going to kind of help out. I'll be the example of what to do, what not to do kind of thing. Go ahead and starting off, we're going to get warmed up. For those of you who haven't warmed up, kind of just follow Isaiah's example and what we're going to do.
All right. So looking around, a lot of familiar faces. A lot of guys have seen these before. So we're going to continue doing what we've done in the past. For you new guys, just kind of follow along. I'll still explain everything. We're going to start with that rock drill, okay? For those returning guys, you guys know what I'm talking about. Really focus on that back elbow, getting connected with that back hip, all right? So it's for you new guys, it's just real simple. We're going to spread our legs out, okay? In a normal, comfortable stance. All we're going to do is about 40% effort, and we're just going to focus on rocking forward just a little bit with the upper body. Focus on getting that back elbow nice and tight to the hip. And then we're going to follow through our swing, all right? So it's going to be nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, all right? Just focusing on upper body, getting that back elbow nice and tight and engaged. Nice and tight and slot.
For those of you who feel like you've already mastered that drill, good. That's what we want. You should be able to teach this drill to somebody else. But I have a feeling some of you guys still need to find those improvements. There's always improvements there, even for me and Isaiah, still to this day. So make this a really, really good routine for yourself. Get the most out of it. Ooh, good job, Cameron.
Yep. And you guys can check yourself after you swing through too. Check yourself. Really make sure you're getting that back elbow down nice and tight and in slot, right?
Good job, Corey. Remember, we're not trying to kill the ball like Isaiah said. It's warming up, cruise into it, nice and easy. This is just to get going through the motion, getting your body connected with your hands.
Good job, Thomas. Now remember, for some of you guys, I see a lot of you guys kind of rotating our whole body, and that's how we're getting our elbow down. That's not quite what we're working on, okay? See how my elbow starts up or wherever it's comfortable? That almost goes first, and then our hands kind of go, okay? So that elbow is going to drop in the slot, and then we're going to rotate slightly. So just adjust that a little bit where we're starting with our back elbow, and that's what's going to cause us to turn instead of just twisting our upper body. There you go, Corey.
Keep in mind, you still want your lower half to be nice and athletic. We're still going for game situation stance here. Nice and balanced.
All right, let's introduce that lower half a little bit as well, okay? We're still gonna do the same thing with our upper half. But now what we're gonna do is make sure we're also checking our lower half, right? So our proper swing and how we're gonna finish at the point of contact and afterwards. Remember that back leg is gonna be in that L, and that front leg is gonna be straight, okay? More or less straight. So when we get here, our elbow is nice and engaged with that back hip. Our hands are in the zone, okay? That's where we're making contact, and we're finishing all the way through. And then we want to check ourselves and make sure our weight is staying back on that back leg. That front leg is straight, okay? It's going to be the same thing. We're just going to rock into it, rock, swing. But then afterwards, make sure that we're balanced and go ahead and check our lower half as well.
You guys notice after Isaiah's swing, he's very, very comfortable. I can go over there and try to push him over. He's not going to fall. All right, so make sure you're in the kind of same athletic stance so where after your swing, somebody kind of comes up and taps you, you're not going to just, whoa, back up kind of thing.
Right, that's another thing. So if I'm looking at you and you guys are pitching to me, after I make contact and swing through, my body is still strong. I'm not leaning away from the plate, and I'm not leaning all the way forward on the plate either where you feel like you're going to fall over one way or the other, okay? So after the point of contact, when we swing through, we should be able to look at ourselves and realize that we're not moving in any directions, okay? We're strong right in the middle in our base. Really challenging you guys to watch that back leg and make sure we're getting the nice L, okay?
This is really, really going to help, especially if you focus on that lower half, getting that L shape. We were practicing yesterday in the cages, and we were noticing our hips sometimes would come up before we're actually making contact with the ball. So as long as you're staying low, staying athletic, right, you still have the L, and you can see by the time you're making contact, your hips are still down. That's a good sign. That's what we're going for.
Couple more of those, yep. Make sure we're checking ourselves with our lower half as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Be returning guys, you guys know what's coming up. We're doing that stop at contact drill, okay? So if you guys have been doing this with us for a while, you know exactly what we're doing. For those new guys, I'll explain it. What we're gonna do is we're going through our normal swing, but again, we're not going at a high pace or a high energy level and swinging hard, okay? What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna get in our stance, all right? We're gonna get into the position of where we're hitting. We're gonna make contact with the ball, but then we're gonna stop, okay? So we're still hitting the ball, but we're not going all the way through our swing. Point of this is to work on barrel control and also making sure that we're checking our body at point of contact to see where our body is in regards to where it should be when we're making contact in a full swing. So if we're swinging and we can pause ourselves and make contact and we're noticing that we're too bent over or, you know, we're kind of back over here, then we know, okay, we got to clean that up a little bit. So this one, all we're going to do, we're going to get ready. At the point of contact, we're going to stop, okay? So from that position, I'm going to check myself. Is my lower half right? Is my front leg straight? My back leg in the right L shape, okay? As well as where's my weight? Is my weight forward? Is my weight too far back? Somewhere in between, nice and strong and sturdy, all right? And then obviously we're working on that back elbow as well, remember? At the point of contact, we want to try to keep that elbow nice and tight to that back hip, okay? Point of contact, pause, go ahead and check yourself.
Remember, this is not a speed drill. We're not trying to rush through this. This is really where we're trying to focus and break down our swing. It's trying to master this, get into a good routine. So when it comes to game time, this is nothing for you. This is just going to help you grow and become better. It's a lot of information to kind of dissect. So definitely pause and check yourself, right? Take your time. This isn't a race. I see a lot of you guys pause and make sure you're doing it correct. That's really, really good. Some of you, as you're pausing and making contact, you're getting out on that front leg. All that weight's shifted out here. We want the weight in our back leg, making that L. This leg's going to kind of be locked out, right? And my head, the center of my body, all my weight's kind of evenly balanced here.
Good job, guys. About 5 more swings there, and then we'll move on. All right, guys, go ahead and pick up the balls if you have to. Go ahead and take a water break real quick. We'll move on to the next drill.
Glad to see everybody's got a pretty cool setup. Everybody's able to get in some work. Even those of you without the setup, you can still be doing this. I dry swing all the time when I'm at home. I pretend like I'm in a game, just going through the motions.
All right. You returning guys, you guys know what's coming next. We're doing the extension drill, all right? For you new guys, it's kind of the same thing, right? So after we make contact, what we don't want to happen is our top hand wrist rolling over. A lot of times after we make contact, we're excited we made contact, but we end the swing early, okay? What we want to do is focus on making contact and driving that ball still through the zone, okay? We want to keep that top hand nice and flat. You should still see our palm. What we're going to do is we're going to swing, make contact, and then afterwards we're going to push forward, okay? Side facing, we're going to make contact, okay, and then push forward, all right? And then after that push, then we can finish our swing, all right? It's going to help us focus on really finishing our swing through the baseball and driving it up where it was coming from instead of rolling over after contact, all right? Peyton, you can show a couple of those. Coach Payton's going to do a couple rounds of them so you guys can see what I'm talking about. We're going to make contact, push through just a little bit, push forward. There you go. And notice that his top hand, right, when we're swinging, is still coming forward and it's not rolling over. Okay, we don't want to roll over that front wrist yet. Yeah. Remember, same thing here. We don't want all of our weight coming forward, right? We don't want to swing and push forward and have our whole body leaning forward. We want to stay centered, right? We want to be strong. So after we swing, push me forward or back, I'm still strong within my legs. There you go. Nice job, guys. About 2 more minutes with this drill.
Real quick for you returning guys, I know some of this is something you're kind of getting used to, which is good. It's what we're going for. You need to make it challenging for yourself. treat it like a game situation. Don't stare at the ball the entire time. Maybe stare at the net. And as you're getting ready to get into your swing, see that ball coming in and then make contact as if a pitch was coming to you. Close your eyes if you have to.
All right, now we're gonna work on the next drill. We're gonna work on our bottom hand, okay? For you righties, you're gonna be using your left hand. For you lefties, obviously you're gonna be using your right hand. We're gonna choke up on the bat. Now all we're gonna be focusing on is that front side, right? So we don't want this front shoulder opening up too early, okay? And we don't wanna over rotate in either, all right? We want a nice medium. We wanna keep that shoulder nice and level, pointing towards the pitcher where the ball is coming from. All we're doing here is working on that front hand, getting to the baseball out in front, okay? So we're gonna swing all the way through, but remember, we're not swinging hard and trying to open up our front shoulder. This is not a hard swing. All we're doing is we're getting ready, and we're using that top hand, boom, right to the baseball, okay? Make sure you guys are choking up pretty high. I know these bats can get pretty heavy. We don't wanna make any bad habits of having to swing our shoulders open to get the bat in the zone. Okay, so choke up however high you need to, just keep control of that barrel. And all we're working on is nice and easy to the baseball, okay? Keeping that front shoulder facing forward.
Some of you guys may have to rest it on your shoulder. That's perfectly fine too.
Yeah. Don't let that front shoulder open up, okay? We're gonna be right here, boom, right to the ball, boom. And same thing, guys. Remember, we're checking our lower half too, remember? Keeping that L in that back leg. Straight front leg. There you go. Just drop your ass. After this, we can go into the 9 spots. Your 9 spots. Start away, low, middle, up, and work middle. Just try to hit all 9. All right, guys, go ahead and pick up the balls real quick.
Okay.
We'll take a little drink break real quick, and then we'll get back into it with our next drill. All right, guys, Coach Payton is going to show us the next drill that we're going to be working on, and this one is going to be full swings. All right, so now we're done getting loose, and now we're done with our barrel control. Now we're going to get into some swings and talking about the 9-box drill. Okay.
All right, so as some of you returning guys should know by now, we have 3 different zones. We got inside, middle, and outside. And within each of those 3 zones, there are 9 different hot spots. So for example, outside we have down low, we have in the middle, then we have about chest high, right? Same thing for the middle pitch. We have down low, the middle, chest high. It goes the same for all 3 zones. So there's 9 different spots that you have to be able to cover with your bat. And today, now that you guys are all warmed up, we're going to try and get them all knocked out. We're going to start with outside, down low. Okay, so some of you guys may have to adjust your net, push it towards the first base side. We're going to go ahead and take about 8 swings there. Then we're going to go ahead and go to the middle. We're going to do about 8 swings in the middle. Then we're going to go ahead and do up high, about 8 swings up high, okay? It's not a race. Still take your time. Use everything that you just were practicing and apply it here with your full swings. So go ahead and let that, set that tee back up further back on the plate. For outside pitches, we're trying to let that ball kind of come into the zone, and we're driving it towards the first base side of the field, kind of between second and first. I'll go ahead and set up my tee so you guys can kind of get an idea. Deep in the plate.
Hi there.
Out of it. Let me push our net to the other side.
Hi there. Hi.
Some of you guys can go ahead and start switching to about middle. Take a few swings there, and then we're going to go up high right after that. So as long as you guys are getting comfortable with low, feel free to move on to the middle.
Yep, we're doing still outside pitches. We're going to do about belt high. All right, belt to belly button high. That's what we're going to be working on. It's still outside, still hitting it back further back in the zone. We want to take these back for the right-handed hitters. Focus on trying to hit it towards around the second baseman. Okay, for you lefties, we're trying to hit it towards the shortstop. All right, guys, once you guys have done about 5 to 8 swings of oppo middle, we're going to get to oppo up top, okay? All right, so we're still working on the outside part of the plate. And we're just going to bring the tee up just under chest height, okay? This is going to focus on you keeping your hands up, right? You're going to keep your hands up. And all we're doing is rotating, okay? That should be nice and flat at the top of the zone. Obviously, remember, same thing. The reason that we're letting it travel back a little bit further is because we still want to keep our elbow in good shape, right? If we feel like we have to reach out here to go get it, that's not a very good pitch, right? So in order to go reach, instead of reaching out in front, we're letting it travel a little bit further back in the zone. So when we're making contact, our elbow is still in the right position. Our barrel is still in the right direction to hit it where we're supposed to. And now we can actually attack that pitch at a strong and balanced position. All right. We're going to be working outside about chest height now. And on top of that baseball. Don't want any pop-ups. We want to try to keep it at around the same height. All right, guys, go ahead and pick up the baseballs, and then we're going to set up the tee for middle low. All right, right in the middle of the plate, we're going to move it a little bit further in front. Okay, not as far back as Oppo, right? And this is just going to be middle of the plate and a little bit lower just above the knees. We want to drive these balls right back up towards where the pitcher is. Yep, right above the knees.
These lower ones, just make sure you're staying low with the ball.
All right, you guys can go ahead and move it to middle, okay? Middle of the zone, about just over belly button high, right? Right around the waist to belly button high, okay? Same thing, we're working this right up to where the pitcher is, right? Right back to the pitcher. Making sure we're still doing the same things that we were doing earlier with the drill work. That back elbow being nice and tight with that back hip, all right? There you go. Keeping that weight centered, nice and under control. When you guys feel ready and up to it, then we'll move it up, okay? Now we're gonna do high T right in the middle, all right? Need to go ahead and pick up all the balls. No rush, take your time with each drill, okay?
Unmute.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it up inside and a little bit further out in front, okay? So we can still make contact with our back elbow in place, right? Our hands are in the right position. It's not back here, further in the zone, towards the back of the zone, because then you kind of like, you know, you kind of jam yourself. We still want to make it, make contact out in front, okay? So this ball, we have a little diagram here. For those righties, okay, that ball is going to be a little bit further out in front of the plate, okay? So before, you know, this was middle, we're going to set a little bit further out in front and now towards the inside, okay? It's going to allow us to stay in the right position, good, strong hitting position. We're making contact out front, driving this ball for you righties to left center, for you lefties to right center, okay? And we're going to start with the tee up top, all right? So it's going to be up and in, all right? This is a home run pitch. But remember, in order to drive this, we want to keep our hands and elbows nice and tight inside of our body, right? We don't want to get around it. If we get around this ball, now we're just going to hit a weak dribble at your third, or we're going to pull it foul, okay? So really challenge yourself. Keep your hands nice and tight inside, push through the ball like we did in our drill work, and drive this to left center instead of to the left field line. There you go. Nice job. Remember, we're checking ourselves with our lower half, right? After every swing. There you go. Make sure you're nice and balanced. Nice job, Eric. I see you checking yourself. Well done. Nice job, buddy. Now we're going to bring that tee down, okay? Right into the middle, right around belly button to waist area. Same thing, inside and out front. All right, this is going to be even a little bit more challenging to keep your hands inside, right? Because now it's a little bit lower. Really focus on making contact and driving through the baseball forward, okay? Make contact, drive through, so we're not rolling over, okay? If you feel like you're hitting a lot of ground balls, it's probably because you're both opening up that front shoulder and rolling over those wrists a little bit too early. Really focus on keeping your shoulders nice and tight, elbow and that back hip, all right, and keeping your hands inside the baseball so we can drive it forward instead of coming out and around, okay? Good job, guys. All right. This last one is probably going to be the hardest for a lot of you guys, okay? So if you guys feel uncomfortable and you want to stay there until you get it right, go ahead and stay there until you get it right, okay? There's no need to rush through these drills. We want to do it correctly, all right? This last one we're setting up, again, inside, out in front, or we're going to try to get it down right around at the knees, okay? So this is going to kind of bring it all together, okay? So this is going to make sure that our elbow is engaged, our waist forward, okay? And then our hands stay inside the baseball with our front shoulder closed, right? If we open up too early or we're leaning forward and we're not connected back here, it's gonna be really hard to keep this ball in play, all right? We wanna be able to sink in that back leg, all right? Nice and low, all right? Getting that L, back elbow engaged with that back hip, hands inside the baseball and pushing forward after contact, okay? In order to hit this ball into play, all right? This is probably the hardest one. So really challenge yourself to get this to about left center for you righties, okay? Really force yourself to stay nice and tight, push through, okay?
Looking good, guys, looking good. Go ahead and take a few more and then bring it in when you feel like you're ready.
Great work, guys.
All right, good stuff, guys. Go ahead and bring it in if you are ready to go. Now that you guys have seen the 9 different spots that a ball could potentially come into the zone, makes it a little bit more challenging. So that's why it's very important to go through this routine. And today you should have hopefully found out what some of your strengths and some of your weaknesses are, and that way you can continue to work and grow on those. Just overall, really well done for all of you. Thank you for showing up. This is some sweet stuff that we had for you today. We do it all the time. I'm still learning. He's still learning. This is stuff that's not below anybody. It's really, really, really helpful. With that being said, I'd just like to remind you guys, we have a week of training sessions coming up. We have the 18th to the 22nd. We're gonna have some more, another week of what you guys have kind of been doing. We'll maybe switch up a few things here and there, add some more stuff that you haven't seen. And then also tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, we have another Fun Fitness Friday. So those of you who want the juicy gains, be a pro like Isaiah. He can tell you it goes a long way to be in good physical shape. Other than that, I think I can unmute you guys and let you talk, see if we have any questions.
Everything Tim says.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Buddy.
Goodbye.
Good hard, guys.
Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Yankees hat, I like it. He's a Yankees player. All right, see you guys.